What's good, YouTube? It's your boy TrenchBoyTom, and you already know what the fuck going on, man. Back with another video today. Back with another reaction video. We are introducing a brand new channel today, Chilling Scares. Y'all haven't seen their channel before. They drop a whole bunch of scary videos, disturbing videos, top fives, whole bunch of cool stuff like that. So we're gonna be reacting to them a lot in the future. Shout out to Flight Reacts. I got this from his page. He be doing a lot of reactions to them. So hopefully y'all enjoy. If y'all haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that noti bell so y'all notified when we post these bangers. Title of this video is going to be 5 most disturbing home security camera hackings. Let's jump into the video, man. Let's do it.
Their 7-month-old son.
Oh, let me rewind this.
January 20, 2019. The 29-year-old Arjun sued and his wife Jessica put their 7-month-old son Oliver to bed in his nursery at their home in Lake Barrington, Illinois. What they didn't know was that someone else was already in the room with them.
What?
It was getting late and Arjun had work in the morning. Like many busy parents, Arjun had set up a Nest baby monitor to check in on Oliver from his phone without getting out of bed. The Nest thermostat was set to 72 so the room would stay comfortable through the night. Arjun had spent roughly $4,000 outfitting the house with Nest products over the years.
4,000.
Cameras placed throughout the home and around the exterior.
Yo, do y'all got like? I feel like it's 2026, so we all got some type of surveillance. But like, what y'all got at y'all crib? Cause shit, I ain't gonna lie, our shit, we like a convenience store. We got a camera in every corner, bro. I promise you don't want to do nothing to my crib, bro. We gonna have your ass in HD quality, 4K. You feel me? So don't do that, man.
Full security system. He was an avid user of the technology and clearly trusted it enough to build much of his home security around it. Shortly after putting Oliver down, Arjun was standing in the hallway outside the nursery when he heard something from inside the room. It sounded like a deep, male voice speaking directly to his son through the camera's speaker. He rushed into the room, but no one was there. He thought maybe it was
They took the baby?
The baby monitor. Stuff like this isn't new, and many electronic devices can pick up distortion of some kind. Still, to be safe, they brought Oliver downstairs. On the way down, Jessica noticed he was extremely distressed and sweating through his clothes, and when she glanced at the thermostat, the temperature had been cranked up to a dangerous 90 degrees.
Damn.
Before they could process what was happening, the voice came back. This time it was coming through a different Nest camera downstairs in the living area, and it was speaking directly to them.
Wait, he said a voice? Are we talking about a real person or like some paranormal shit? You feel me? Or whatever the fuck it is. Wait, hold on.
Before they could process what was happening, the voice came back.
What?
This time it was coming through a different Nest camera downstairs in the living area, and it was speaking directly to them. The voice was cursing, hurling racial slurs, and taunting them in real time as it watched them through the live feed.
I forgot. I'm an idiot. This shit is literally home security hackings. Bro, it's like I don't pay attention before I'm watching a video. I be so locked in, bro. I'm sorry, y'all.
Slurs and taunting them in real time as it watched them through the live feed. When Arjun looked directly at the lens, the voice asked, "Why are you looking at me? I see you watching me."
What?
At that point, Arjun realized
Imagine, bro.
their Nest account, which he used to control every camera, thermostat, and every inch of the security system he had spent thousands of dollars building to protect his family. Arjun's first instinct was to yell back at the camera. But he composed himself and started questioning the intruder through the two-way audio.
Yes, I'm here. Come.
I know you're here. Who are you?
He tried to extract information on the hacker's whereabouts.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Imagine spending thousands of dollars to soup up your whole crib thinking you protected, bro. For you just to get hacked by some goofy at his computer. You know how scary that is, bro? I'm recording off a webcam right now. At any point in time, this motherfucker could get hacked. I don't know about y'all, bro, but like for me, I be facing my camera like the other way and I be unplugging it. Anytime I'm not using it, bro, I'm unplugging that junk. Anything I use, bro, like I be paranoid, bro. I know they already be listening to us. So I ain't trying to, you feel me? I ain't trying to have nobody spy on me, bro.
At your computer there into my account? Where are you? Which country?
hacker went quiet without identifying himself or explaining why he had done any of it.
Yeah, who are you? Come on, be a man. Speak up. Nothing? Nothing to say?
The couple disconnected their interior camera in the house and called both the police and Nest customer support. Nest responded by putting the blame on Arjun. They told him the hack had happened because he had reused a password from another site that had been breached.
Bro, man! Bro, gang. Y'all coming up with excuses, bro. This is your software, y'all business. Y'all need to take care of y'all customers, bro. I don't give a damn if his shit got breached. I don't give a damn. Because for most people, bro, everybody watching, I know y'all use, you know what I'm saying, the same 2 or 3 passwords for everything, bro. Just in case, okay, I get this one wrong, I know I could jump to this one. That one might be right. But it's like, bro, you can't blame me. That don't make no sense. What if I got the same password that got breached on my bank account, and then, you feel me, is the bank account just gonna be liable to be like, oh yeah, well shit, it got breached, so you got hacked into, like, that's not our fault? Hell no! What?
Authentication, a feature Arjun didn't even know existed. Now, technically, they did have a point. Reusing passwords is a real security risk, and two-factor authentication probably would have stopped this.
Get the fuck out of here.
Deeper into this, I found the Sood family weren't the only victims attacked through Nest devices. After researching similar incidents, a dozen more cases just as chilling came up. For example, on the same day the Soods were dealing with their hacker, January 20, 2019, a family in Oregon,
Y'all seen that?
California had a fake ballistic missile attack warning come blasting through their Nest camera, telling them 3 nuclear missiles were heading for Los Angeles, Chicago, and Ohio.
It came on like the emergency sounds of an Amber Alert, say, and then a man's voice announced that North Korea had launched 3 intercontinental ballistic missiles toward the United States.
Their young son,
I know they was scared as fuck.
Thinking the country was under attack. And about a month earlier, on December 17, 2018, parents in Houston woke to the haunting sound of a stranger's voice coming from their 4-month-old's nursery, threatening to kidnap their son and ordering them to turn off the bedroom lights.
Turned that camera on and told us, said turn off your light, and then
What?
said I'm going to kidnap your baby. I'm in your baby's room.
In every single case, Nest responded by blaming the customers. So why did this keep happening?
Man, Ness, you need to, you feel me? You need to fix your motherfucking security, whatever it is, because you getting breached. You talking about everything, you're getting breached. I'm never using Nest ever in my life.
Nest had quietly added
Bro.
authentication back in 2017 and barely told anyone. Arjun didn't even know the feature existed because Nest never told him. It took until May 2020, well over a year after all of this happened, for the company to finally make it mandatory, which feels like a quiet admission that leaving the security entirely up to the customer was never the right call. But for Arjun, the scariest part wasn't about how the hacker got in. It was how Nest cameras gave no real warning when someone else was watching the feed.
I'm saying.
That had a small blue
Like, bro, you know when you log into, like, your Instagram or you log into something and it'll say, like, oh, you logged in this location? Like, bro, if you see that the location is not where the house is, why would they be on there? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Obviously, he's logging in from his account, so they think it's him. But if he had just logged in, say he lived in L.A., he just logged in L.A. and this motherfucking wherever, you feel me? Say he in fucking New York. And it says, oh, now he's in New York, logging in. How the fuck would that even have happened?
But it only
Come on.
when the intruder started talking. A hacker could watch and listen for hours, and the family would never know. The only reason the Soods knew they'd been compromised was because the hacker chose to speak. In the end, the hacker was never identified, and no arrest was ever made.
Damn.
On the afternoon of April 23, 2020, Shauna Donnie received a phone call from her home security company, ADT. They had called to tell her that for the last 6 years, every dollar she had paid them to keep her family safe had done the exact opposite. Back in 2014, Shauna and her husband Randy were living with their young son in the suburbs of the Dallas-Fort Worth area and wanted the peace of mind to keep an eye on the house. ADT's Pulse system, with indoor cameras, motion alerts, and a cell phone app, sounded like exactly what they were after. A few weeks after they placed the order, a technician from ADT showed up at their front door. He looked at the layout and mounted a wide-angle indoor camera that covered most of the ground floor. The family room, the entryway, the dining area, and the staircase. The lens also reached into the master bedroom and the corner of the bathroom. He walked Shauna through the app on her phone. Before he left, he told her he needed to add his own email to the account, only briefly to check if the connection was working. For the next 6 years, the system worked exactly the way it was supposed to, and the Donnies had no reason to think about that afternoon again, until they received that call from ADT on April 23rd, 2020. The employee calling told Shauna that the technician who had installed her camera back in 2014 had granted himself remote access to it on the installing day, and that access was never removed. He had been using it to view footage from inside the Donnies' home ever since.
Damn.
Shauna asked what he had been seeing. The employee had no answers. They couldn't name him and wouldn't say how many times he had logged in.
Bro, just imagine, gang. You in your crib. And not to say like any of y'all doing anything crazy. That's not the point. It don't matter if you doing something crazy. You just sitting in your bed chilling on your phone. Just knowing somebody's watching you, bro. Like, y'all know that feeling too. Like, you might leave the gym late and you like, yo, I feel like somebody's staring at me in the parking lot. Like, I feel that shit. Imagine that all times. And then finding out like, damn, this whole time I thought ain't nobody was watching me. Shit, I was being watched the whole time. Don't matter if you're doing anything crazy or not.
You don't know what to think. So you find yourself just trying to go back, like, okay, what were we doing this time?
Unfortunately, the Donnies weren't the only family getting the ADT call. They were one of more than 200 plus. A few weeks earlier, another ADT customer in the Dallas-Fort Worth area was going through their Pulse account settings when they noticed an email attached to it that didn't belong to anyone in the house. Naturally, they called ADT to ask what it was doing there. When the company looked into it, they found that the same email was attached to 220 separate customer accounts across the metropolitan area.
He watching
everybody.
everybody.
Had been installed or serviced by the same technician at some point, which raised the obvious question: how does one technician end up signed into 220 homes? The answer was buried in ADT's own software. Technicians are allowed to temporarily attach their personal email to a customer's account during install. It's a diagnostic feature meant to verify the camera feed before they leave. So, every time he serviced or installed a system, he either gave the same diagnostic excuse or didn't bother explaining at all. But he never removed his email, so the Pulse app on his personal phone kept him signed in as a co-owner of these homes. Now, some could argue this was just sloppy work, a tech forgetting to clean up after himself. Once or twice, sure, but more than 200 times.
Yeah, he doing that shit on purpose.
How did this slip past ADT for so long? It turned out ADT didn't have any system in place to catch such a massive breach of privacy. The company never alerted its customers and didn't...
So the whole point of y'all is security. Whether it's physically in person, with cameras or whatever, or like within your software itself. You want to secure other people, but your software itself isn't secure. Doesn't make any sense.
The same email showing up on dozens of accounts, which meant he could keep logging in whenever he wanted.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
In April 2016, the same technician installed a system at the home of a couple with 2 young daughters. The camera covered the living room and the kitchen. Court records would later show he logged into that account 322 times.
Damn.
One where 5 children under the age of 18 lived, he logged in 361 times.
Oh, so y'all know how many times this motherfucker logged in, but y'all don't know how he got into the shit? Y'all don't have a software in place to prevent that from happening, but you know how many times he logged in? And he's obviously not staying where they stayed. Obviously.
He set up a pull system for the Preddy family. Their teenage daughter, Alexia, wasn't comfortable with indoor cameras, and she told her mother this on the day of the installation. But the ADT technician assured them that the system was perfectly safe.
Of course, you motherfucker would say that.
ADT found that he had accessed the Preddy family's live footage almost 100 times during the years Alexia was still a teenager. Court filings would later show the wide-angle lens at its placement allowed him to view her undressed, getting ready for bed, and during moments of physical intimacy. This technician was Telesforo of Viles. He was 35 years old, married, and the father of 5 children of his own. He'd been with ADT for 17 years.
But what is wrong with y'all? Like, what do you mean, bro? What do you mean you want to spy on people? Like, imagine, bro. Imagine. Speaking for me personally, I got so much shit going on in my life that I'm worried about. This is at the absolute bottom. Like, if you're wasting your time doing shit like this, man, you need to get a life, bro. You need to worry about your kids and your wife.
2020 was
Like,
recognized as
what?
supervisor in the
What are we talking about?
On May 18, 2020, Shauna Dottie and Alexia Preddy each filed federal lawsuits against ADT, accusing the company of allowing Avalos to exploit its pulse system and spy on customers through their own home cameras. Soon after, more lawsuits followed from other victims. In the federal case, Avalos admitted that he took note of households with women he found attractive and repeatedly targeted homes of young women and married couples with daughters. He would open the Pulse app on his personal phone, scroll through the list of homes attached to his email, and watch for live footage of any private moments. Across
That's
the 400
crazy.
federal plea agreement, prosecutors counted more than 9,600 unauthorized logins across.
Damn!
That works out to 5 or 6 logins a day, every day, for over 4 years. Avalos pleaded guilty to computer fraud
Tripping.
in January 2021 and was sentenced to 52 months in federal prison that June. ADT had revoked his access to all 220 accounts months earlier, but the only person who knew exactly what he had seen and in which homes was Avalos himself.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Before we move on, just so we can get the talking out the way, let me know what y'all think in the comment section about cameras, like, in your house, though. Obviously, for, like, I get it, bro. If you want to protect yourself from burglary, anything happening to the inside, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it might be smart, but it's like, I don't think you really need something on the inside of your house. I think everything just bordering around the house, because in order for someone to get in there, they got to be outside. That's going to be the first place that they breach. You know what I'm saying? Wherever they are outside. I feel like that's just too much. I don't know how I feel about that personally. I just feel like it's a breach of privacy. Like, if I had kids, like, I wouldn't want them thinking, like, damn, there's a camera watching you at all times. I could watch you at all times. Like, I don't know. I see the situation and how it could be good, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it personally.
On September 30, 2017, a young Dutch woman named Rulana Hamer came home from the supermarket and started unpacking her groceries. She lived alone in a small house in Bremen, a quiet town in the eastern Netherlands, with her dog. Rulana had recently bought a small indoor security camera from her local discount store for around 35 euros. It was a Maxter ACT IPC01, a white plastic unit with a motorized base that could rotate across the room. She set up the camera on a shelf in her living room, figuring it would be easy to check on her dog throughout the day. The camera also had a built-in speaker, which let her talk to the dog even when she wasn't home. That evening, she was putting her groceries away when she heard a low, mechanical voice from the living room. When she went to look, she saw the camera rotating on its base, slowly turning back and forth on its own. Her phone was the only thing she used to control it, and that was on her bed in the next room. Figuring it was just an updating glitch, she went back to the kitchen.
Tripping.
A few minutes later, the sound came back. This time, the camera turned and pointed directly at her, and a man's voice came through the speaker. It said, "Bonjour, madam." Staying composed, Rulana
Bonjour!
but no one answered. To see if the voice would speak again, Rulana moved to the side and noticed that the camera was following her. That's when the voice came through again, this time saying, "Hello, madam. Is everything all right?" She immediately ran across the room and pulled the plug from the socket. Later that evening,
Damn, I would have stomped that junk.
Rulana told her what had happened, and the two of them decided to test the camera again. They placed it back on the table and plugged it in as Rulana held her phone to record. It took less than a minute before the camera rotated on its own and found her again.
Boy, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, I ain't gonna lie to y'all boys, man. Like, I don't know how scary this is to y'all, but, like, this shit is dead ass disturbing, bro. Like, just knowing that this could happen is mad disturbing. We got a camera on our phone. Like, we're always surrounded by some type of, like, electronics, like, something for this to happen. Like, I don't got no cameras, like, all around the crib, you feel me? The most I got is cameras outside and then Ring camera, so I don't really have to worry. But just, like, imagine that, bro. Imagine you just in your crib. I just think of, like, my webcam, like, if somebody's watching me this whole time. And if y'all are, shout out to the Trench Boys, you feel me? Come on.
What did you do?
Soon the voice came back.
Oh? No. Get out of my house now. Shut up.
Shut the fuck
Get
up.
out of my house now. Go away. Yeah.
Rihanna posted the video on her Facebook account where it went viral immediately. By the start of the next week, Dutch national news had picked up the story. When a tech journalist looked into Rihanna's video days later, the explanation turned out to be disturbingly simple. Every camera the manufacturer shipped came with the same default password, 123, along with the device ID printed on a sticker underneath each unit. With just those two things and the free app, anyone in the world could connect to any of these cameras, watch the live feed, listen through the microphone, and talk through the speaker.
It's that easy?
The manual for this camera, it does mention that the default password is weak and recommends changing it before use. But nowhere in the app itself, the thing you actually interact with during setup, did it ever tell the users to do that. Few people read the full manual for a €35 camera from a discount store. You just download the app and start.
Damn, bro, like y'all know how that be, bro. You download the app, you buy anything, you ain't read no goddamn manual, no pamphlet, man. Accept and let's go. I'm setting this shit up. But now I know. Shit, next time I get a camera, I'll probably read that motherfucker.
The only one. When the tech journalist tried connecting to other cameras from the same manufacturer, he got into 4 unsuspecting households within minutes, using nothing but the manual and the free app. Each one of those people, just like Rihanna, had no idea anyone else was watching.
Yeah, that's crazy.
In late 2010,
that is insane.
Woke up in the middle of the night to heavy metal music playing at full volume through every speaker in her house. Confused and disoriented.
Bro, you know what's crazy? Before he even tells this, bro, like the other day, right? So I live in an apartment complex, but I have like a big ass speaker, like external speaker that I use for like my TV in the living room. So like it's connected, for the most part, be on like all the time. Because when I turn the TV on, they automatically turn on. Bro, there was one day, that shit was turned off, bro. I don't know how this happened. Dead ass, I don't know how this happened. The speaker was turned off, TV was turned off. Bro, somebody started blasting like some hard rock, like some Metallica. You feel me? Like just blasting shit. And my speaker is dumb loud. Like, and it's turned up all the way, mind you. The volume's all the way up because I like usually change it on my phone or the remote. Bro, you don't know how scared I was. And bro, to this day, I still don't know like how it happened. Cause it was never on. But I went in there, I flicked it on and off. Went away. I had absolutely no clue what was going on.
Despite her trying, the volume
shit crazy.
Down, as if someone else was controlling the sound system. But there was no one home except her that night. Feria was a Canadian fashion model who had spent most of her adult life around cameras. She had walked at the Berlin Film Festival in the mid-2000s and built a career where she was looked at on her own terms. By her late 30s, she was in a long-term relationship with a partner who lived in the States. He was, in her words, quietly controlling. According to her, he wouldn't just touch base with a text. He would call me on FaceTime and ask to say hi to the person I was with. At the time, she thought it was attentiveness, and she trusted him enough that she eventually moved into his home in the U.S. It was an impressively designed house with a high-tech smart home system, which covered everything on the property, from lights, heating, blinds, security cameras, to the sound system. All of it ran through a single integrated platform her partner had set up. For someone who'd spent her career around cameras and production sets, living with so much technology around didn't feel unusual. But sometime during the 2010s, the relationship started to fall apart. Her partner moved to a different city, while Ferial stayed behind at his house, with his credentials still running everything around her. And that's when things started getting strange. She'd fall asleep at a normal hour and get jolted awake by sound blasting through every room.
You sleep in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden, over the sound system, comes this blaring music that startles you awake.
Bro, literally like that. No bullshit.
By the time she was on her feet, it would cut out, just as suddenly as it had started, and she'd be left standing in a dark, silent house with no explanation. Soon enough, the lights started to behave in a similar way. She'd switch them off for bed, and they'd flick back on, sometimes flickering for several seconds before stabilizing. She would experience the same with her TVs, which would switch on by themselves and shut back off as soon as she got near it.
Bro, gang, I wouldn't even be tripping over somebody hacking my shit. That wouldn't even be my first thought. I'm thinking it's a ghost. That's all I'm
It
thinking.
was just the system acting up. It was a big house, and every inch of it was wired with technology. So some level of glitching was expected. But even then, she couldn't help shake off the feeling that something was off. In an interview with CBC's Marketplace, she said, "It's almost as if the house is haunted." Sadly, in a way, she was right. It started
bro.
when she began receiving messages from her ex. They mentioned things he should have never known, like what she had been wearing earlier, or who she had been with when she walked through the front door.
Oh,
He
nah.
was using every piece of smart tech in the house to watch her and remind her he was still there. On more than one occasion, he'd also sent her direct threats.
I need you to stop manipulating the lights. What is wrong? Just can you please leave me alone? You're not supposed to call me. I'm not bothering you.
For someone who had spent her
Cuz it's crazy.
exactly how and when she was seen, being watched in her own home without ever knowing felt like a different kind of violation entirely.
He was able to monitor me, using our security surveillance cameras, even remotely, from thousands of miles away.
Ferial tried to shut the system down, but her partner had configured everything from the start and held all the login credentials. Left with no other options, she contacted the local police and explained everything. Unfortunately, the response she received only deepened the sense that she had nowhere left to turn. The home wasn't in her name, and as far as the responding officers were concerned, that was where the matter ended. In the end, Ferial realized that her only real way out was to leave the home behind entirely. She gathered her dogs and made her way to a local women's shelter.
Imagine. You see, he terrified her so much he had to leave the crib.
Of August 2025, a woman named Brenda took a Ring doorbell camera off its mount and brought it inside her house to charge. It was something she did every few weeks. The camera ran on a battery, and recharging it was a routine part of owning one. But this time, she noticed something strange about the camera. The blue ring of light around the lens was on. On a Ring doorbell, that light only comes on when the camera is actively streaming, recording, or in the middle of a live two-way call with someone signed into the account.
Bro.
Which should have been the case while the device was unmounted and sitting indoors. So Brenda picked it up to see what was going on. And that's when she started hearing a voice coming through the doorbell speaker.
I know she's scared. Oh, nah.
Someone was speaking through
That shit ain't even funny, bro. That shit is not funny at all.
That it wasn't someone who'd accidentally connected to the wrong camera. Whoever it was, they were taking their time terrorizing Brenda. Brenda pulled out her phone and managed to record only some of the interaction. But the voice went silent within a few seconds, and the blue light switched off shortly after. She later posted the video on her TikTok account. The comment section was flooded with people who couldn't believe how easily someone could access
bro.
to a big device. Along with
That's what I'm
others,
saying. I literally got one of them.
One comment read, "I have cameras all over my house, and I've one in my bedroom. And a few days after I got them, I was sleeping and got woken up by someone snoring through my camera. And it wasn't no one in my house because I didn't log it to anyone else's phone yet because I just set them up." By now, the pattern should sound familiar. Just like the Maxter cameras Brenda had set up in her living room, a doorbell camera is only as secure as the password protecting the account behind it. A weak or reused password is often all it takes. And if you look at every case in this video, this exact vulnerability keeps showing up, regardless of the brand's price or how trusted the company is. So that's also what most likely happened here. Now, as I was researching this case, I found multiple people in the comments suggesting a different theory. They argued that what Brenda heard wasn't a stalker at all, but signal interference from someone else's baby monitor bleeding into her doorbell, and that the voice on the audio sounded a lot like a dad talking to his baby. This theory—
Man, that's the point! They want you to think it's not nothing crazy. What do you mean? Man, y'all talking like this shit is some radio stations on a walkie-talkie just, you know what I'm saying, disrupting each other. Man, that's not what's happening, bro. Get out of here.
Do cross signals all the time, and analog baby monitors are notorious for picking up audio from neighboring devices operating on similar radio frequencies. But ring devices aren't analog based. They work by connecting to your home's Wi-Fi.
I'm saying.
And streaming audio and video through Ring's own encrypted servers. So any sound that comes through the doorbell speaker has to be sent through the Ring app first.
That's what I'm saying. It's a whole different thing, bro.
For a man's voice to come through Brenda's doorbell speaker clearly and in full conversation, someone had to be on the other end of the Ring app with full access to her device.
Damn. Yo, Chillin' Scares, bro, I'm telling you, I like their videos, bro. And it's a lot better, too, because I get to watch this with y'all, so I low-key ain't as scared, knowing that I'm going to put this shit on YouTube eventually, but I promise you, I won't be watching none of these shit at night. Y'all see, well, y'all can't see, but it's bright outside. I'm not watching this shit at night, bro. Never. And never by myself. Never. Let me know what y'all think about the video in the comment section down below. Let me know what y'all think about the new channel we just introduced. I'm fucking with it. You feel me? I've been watching them like through different people's reactions, but this is my first time actually watching a real video, you know, from the beginning. But like I said, I like the channel. We're going to keep introducing new channels, introducing new stuff. In the comment section down below, make sure y'all add videos you want me to react to, different topics, and I'll look them up. It doesn't matter, bro. Just give me ideas of what y'all want to see. You feel me? Make sure you subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell so y'all get notified when we post these bangers. Once again, thank you to everybody for tuning in for the video. I'm going to catch y'all on the next reaction. Y'all have a good one, man. Let's do it.